Jared Polin FroKnowsPhoto.com, and I'm about to edit the photos that I took at the Hillary Clinton campaign stop in Philadelphia. Now, why did I go shoot this event? Because it so happened to be 2 blocks away from where I lived. And how did I get the photo pass? Very simply, it was much easier to get this photo pass than to any concert that I've ever been to. And I don't know why that is, but all I did is go to her website, found the email contact for press contact, sent an email, and this is the important thing to remember about the email. You need to put your, "Hi, my name is, I am looking to do X, Y, and Z at this event on this date in this location, and here's why you should let me in." It's as simple as that. If you have an affiliation, if you talk about the reach of your site, the reach of whatever it is that you have, and how it's going to benefit them, then you're making their job much easier to not hire you, but to give you a photo credential, which is exactly what they did for me. And I got there 4 hours early, got my spot after going through security. We'll talk about that on Raw Talk. But I got through security, found my spot, waited the 4 hours, got my shots. What we're going to do right here is we're going to go ahead and edit the photos that I think are the keepers. So here we have 20 of I shot 434 images. Yep, I did take a lot. I was looking for a specific shot. What lenses did I use? I used the 24-70, I used the 14-24, I used the 70-200, and I used the 300mm f4. Let's get started with the edits. Now, when I was waiting, I knew she was gonna walk out from underneath this flag. Now, I'm going to edit this in a second, but look how the light is different because there's a spotlight here where there's no spotlight there, but I thought I would get ready, have the 70-200 on the camera to start off. This is the Nikon D5. I'm at 4000 ISO, so nothing extreme there. Let's go ahead and edit this one because she was super in the dark, and I find the flag to actually be distracting when we bump it up. Let's go here, and let me go uber contrasty for this one. I don't always go uber contrasty, but when I do, which is every time. Anyway, brighten her up a little bit. That's not bad. See, she is in the darker area compared to these people which are in a much brighter area. So let's keep going on here. Oh, and by the way, I want to remind you, if you haven't signed up for the FroKnowsPhoto email list, just look for this orange box over on the website, put your name, email address in it, hit send it, and I will send you a free guide to capturing motion in low light situations. And one more reminder, you can go over to the website, download all of the full res exports from this photo shoot, as well as download some of the raw files so you can edit it yourself. So, back in. I had my shutter speed. I guess everything was the same from one to the next. I didn't really change anything there. All right, we'll get back to that because these are the 2 that I used. I don't want to go super contrasty with her. It brings out a lot of the imperfections. You just have to think of that when you're photographing who you're photographing. If you go too far on the contrast, it's maybe not that bad on an image like this, but I'll show you when she gets up on stage what that could look like. And also, I'm not going to really play too much with the point curve right down there. So I think this is fine. It's an okay shot. You've got some of the crowd being happy to say hi. She's walking in. Then I have her on stage, and I set up on the side of the stage, on a riser that was maybe 35 feet from her, not far. You'll see in some of the wider shots. All of the TV cameras in perspective to this are to her left, all the way back there. Now, it's not bad where they were. I just didn't want to be straight on. I thought it was better to have the Hillary sign in back versus all of the people that they handpicked on stage, because these conventions are utter bullshit. Me photographing this convention is not a endorsement of anybody. It's that I went and took pictures. Whoever was going to be down the street for me, I was going to go take pictures of, and that's what you have to remember is if you're a photojournalist and you're sent out to do a job, you do your job. Unless it goes totally against your morals, then you don't do the job. But when you're hired, you got to go do your job and shut your mouth and go do whatever you need to do. I like this shot because of the Hillary campaign banner in the background. That's what this shot was all about. It was about getting her waving. You're looking for something interesting. Okay, she's waving. It's a stoic image of her. And this is where you don't have to worry too much about the contrast because it's the back of her. You're not looking at her face, which I know some people are happy about, but, you know, I'm here to edit the photo. Black and white, nope, we're going to go with the color. pull back a little bit on the yellow. I don't know how people still say yellow, but it's yellow. You could also do this, guys, by the way. You want to pull out some of that blue. See that? I take that blue in the banner. I can get rid of it. I can go, oh, yeah, boom, boom, hold on. Boom goes the blue. Got rid of that blue. I'm going to warm it up again, by the way. Just a smidgen. We just got rid of that blue, which I thought was a cast that was hurting in the background, and I like the way that it looks right now. See? Blue, boom, much better. Goodbye. Next shot. So, is this a keeper? No. Goodbye. I like this one much better. Some people would say crop it to get rid of this glass. I'm not going to worry about that myself, but you can download the raw file and edit it yourself. And if you want to take out that glass, you could do that a couple of different ways. You could crop it, or you could go in here and you could just be all like, you know, wrong tool, meant to be on this tool. You could all be like this. Hold on, we'll use this guy as his back. And let's see, how did that do? That did well. Goodbye, glass. I got rid of the glass. Now here come all the ethical questions. Is that ethical? I got rid of the glass. You could crop the image. You could do whatever you want. I got rid of the glass. So here we go. I like this shot. Now, let's see what happens if we go to strong on the point curve. Way too much. Let's go to, okay, so I will tell you this. She had LED lights on her, which are so harsh. LED lights these days are super duper harsh on their subject. So you really, there's not too much. I don't want to go too far on the contrast. You don't want to, you know, the LED lights are very powerful. They also create this huge bright spot. So here we go. We got this. This is nice and tack sharp. What is this one with the 70 to 200 2.8? See if we get rid of some of this red. Don't want to make her look like that, but we can pull back just a little bit. Got some of that yellow orangey look from the lights. I don't want to get rid of all of it. I don't want to put more into it, but we'll just go down just a little bit. Let's see where it started, hitting the hash button. That's where we started. Going here. Probably don't want to go all this way with the red. Just want to keep it lively. So I like this. I like where that's living. Let's go full screen, hitting the F button just to see what it looks like. All right, I see what it looks like. I love it because we got the Hillary for Pennsylvania in the background. You've got the people cheering with their fake flags that they handed out and fake signs. Well, they're not fake, but they handed them out before the show, before the event, which is so disheartening. Yeah, oh, okay, yeah. I'm going to play with the highlights a little bit. It's just so annoying. It's like American Idol. They hand out pre-made things, which is so annoying that they hand out pre-made things. I went ahead and I edited this one before, but look over here on the right side. All the edits, it's just a quarter of a stop, white balance. I did a little bit of contrast, a little bit on the clarity. Came back here and I got rid of the yellow. Watch this. Watch this. We're going to go negative 15. And actually, you can't really see what's going on, actually, because it didn't get rid of it. Negative 15. Boom. And there you go. You see the differences right there. But this is a clean shot. Now, what I should probably do, this was 1/640th of a second. That's one. All right. Let's try this real quick. I'm going to sync this just to show you the one prior. Which edit was better? Well, of course, when I say one prior, let me hit, go back here, over here in the history. We got that one I like. Okay. Actually, it's not that different. Oh, yeah, it's much brighter. I don't like it that bright, so we're going to go with that. I love that. Let's go to the next one. Not really much of a good shot. This is now with the, yep, still at 200 millimeters. Let's quickly get in here. Is there any black and white? Would black and white work? Let's just do it, because I don't think this is that great of a shot anyway. But see what happens as you do this contrast? You're going to really make somebody look not good. It is your job as a photographer to make sure that your subject, you know, looks the way that they look. It's not your job to make them look bad. Your job is to be truthful and honest to what you're photographing. This just isn't that good of a shot. Oh, well. I'll keep moving. 300. Yep, 300 f4. Handled very well in here. I should have... Oh, there we go. I did load the one-to-one previews. I don't want to go that hard. Like, I don't even really want to bump the contrast too much with her because it just doesn't, it's not working for that particular image. And there's already so much contrast from those lights. You got to remember, those LED lights are already throwing in there so much contrast. Super duper amounts of contrast, to be exact. Do you know what super duper amounts is? It means a lot. All right, so here we go. Much better. There we go, nice and sharp. Go to the next one. 1640. Yep, about the same. Let's go ahead and sync these. That's nice and sharp also. A little green under those lights. So, you know, shooting something like this, I enjoy shooting. I just don't like stump speeches. I think stump speeches are annoying as hell because we've heard all the same stuff. It's just talk. That's all politicians with their stump speeches. I really can't stand them in terms of stump speeches. But it's a good event to go shoot. We were not far at all. I will obviously show you that in just a second. I'm just going through here and doing my edits. There we go. I still want to see what you guys are going to do with these raw files too. I don't really want to go black and white. Again, I forgot about the blue in the background. We can go ahead and get rid of that and it makes it look a little better. It's just so hard to get rid of this yellow cast up top. That actually does it. That doesn't. You don't want to do that. But this really got rid of the yellow cast pretty good because that's where it was. Yeah, subtlety. Getting rid of that yellow cast. She looks like Charlie Brown there. Not Charlie Brown, that girl. I forget that girl's name in that movie. All right. There we go. Moving on. I'm just going to go ahead and sync these because they're very similar, probably taken pretty close to each other. I am looking for smiles. Like, you don't shoot. There's the reason you don't just to shoot is because you're not really getting all the shots that you need if you're just, well, if you're just shooting indiscriminately and not waiting for something to happen, you're looking for something to happen. You're looking for some sort of action, some sort of smile, because there were not a lot of smiles during this whole thing. There just weren't. When she came out, she smiled. Before she ended, she smiled, and that's fine. And I think this is a pretty good shot as well. There, I warmed it up. Black and white. I don't know. We're going to go with that. But here's a little wider shot. Not much you can do. You can see there's not much needed to do to the image because of the contrast is already there. If you add any contrast, it's just going to overdo it, oversaturate it. All right. I'm going to leave it at that. But here's a wider shot. You can see I'm only 1, 2, 3, like five-ish rows back from these people. These people got in here. They had different color passes than I had. I was not allowed in there. Here's your Secret Service people. I did ask if I could get in there. I was told no. I was told no. But I tried. I asked. I did my best. I asked nicely, and they said no. But I just, you know, this is something where you're not going to mess with Secret Service. You're not going to mess with those people because that may not end too well. They will arrest you and ask questions later, and that's really, I wasn't going to get into that. So that's pretty good as well. I'm going to go back and sync it to the, well, what were the settings? I like to know if the settings were pretty close. 640th at f4. Yep, basically pretty close. Go ahead and sync this. You can see a lot of horizontal shots. The verticals just didn't work out that well, in my opinion. That's not a good one. We'll get rid of that one. Vertical, the only reason I picked this is because she's pointing at that guy over there. That guy with the hair. He is the photography guy, McGuyerson. That's what she's doing, so that's why I picked that. We'll edit it anyway. That guy over there. Everybody look at him. Look at his hair. It's so hairy. Anyway, well, let's keep moving. Oh, and then we got the end ones. She walks the line, and so these, I wonder if black and white would be cool for these. We could bring back some of the highlights right there. You saw that right in the face. It brought back the highlight. Do that. Let's go with some curve. Let's do the shadow just a little bit. How far we go with that? Nope, we're not going to go that far. I like this because look at all these people in the background smiling. The guy's getting his selfie with Hillary. Next one, she's about to do a selfie with somebody. Let's go ahead and brighten that. See, now this is away from those spotlights, and I'm able to add contrast to it, and it looks much better. It's clean. Now we're at 6400 ISO. I bumped it up just a little bit, dropped my shutter speed. Looks like one stop. So it looks like I had a 2-stop difference. I went from 1/640th to 1/320th. I was at 4000 ISO to 6400 ISO. Boom. And then the last shot I just thought was pretty cool because it's her holding the phone. Obviously, the angle is not very good for a selfie, but this must be something that people are used to these days and that they must know that they need to do in the crowd when they are schmoozing the crowd. So I'm going to brighten it up just a little bit, pull back on that. We're going to bump up that because now we're looking at a phone. Let's add some yellow warmth here. Not too much. And this is with the 200 millimeter at 200. I just thought it was good to get a shot like this with the selfie going on. And that is pretty much where I'll leave it. And remember, when I do a photo shoot, I want to share with you the editing process, I want to share with you the full res exports, and I want to share with you the raw files so that you can go over to the site right now, download the JPEGs, and also download a few of the sample raw files from this shoot so that you can edit the images yourself, and you can also see if the camera's quality, the lens is quality, or whatever you want to do. As long as you don't sell it and put your name on it, it's mine. I took it, name's embedded into the file. Any questions, leave them down below, but that is where I'll leave it. It was an interesting event to shoot. 4 hours early, brought my step stool, everything went well for that. Got my spot, picked it out, waited, shot what I needed to shot, looked for the action shots that were happening, and that is it. Jared Polin FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya.